Today we're going to be taking a look at set number 75412, Death Trooper Night Trooper Battle Pack based on the Ahsoka show. I feel like there were quite a lot of people after the Ahsoka show finale of season 1 that wanted a battle pack or trooper type set with the Death Troopers and Night Troopers so you could army build them, and LEGO finally delivered such a set. We still have no Captain Enoch, we will discuss it later on in this video, but yeah, here are at least the troopers for the army, so let's take a look. Set number 75412, Death Trooper Night Trooper Battle Pack, released on June 1st of 2025 with 119 pieces for minifigures and for a recommended retail price of $22.99 and €19.99. Taking a look on the box art, we have this very cool illustration on the front with the minifigure lineup. On the top side we have a 101 of the Death Trooper minifigure, and on the back side we have once again a really cool illustration of the set and the minifigures. On the left side you have this little box where it shows you a play feature of the model itself. When opening this set you get a total of 2 bags which are unnumbered, and in my case these were paper bags, and you get the instruction manual, which is just your typical LEGO instruction manual with a pretty straightforward building process. At the end of the instruction manual you'll find the whole LEGO Star Wars June wave, which I will fully cover on this channel, so in case you don't want to miss this, I would highly appreciate a like and subscribe by you to support the channel. And if you see this later on, just check out the channel and they will be in the review playlist. Now let's move on to the minifigures of the set, which is probably the reason why most of you are gonna buy the set and also the reason why I bought the set. We got 2 Death Troopers, both of which should be the same. I think it's both just the exact identical minifigure. On the front, the Death Troopers have some really cool printing on the torso and the legs, also some printing on the hips and the feet. I really love these golden cracked details and these red bandages that are everywhere. And also the golden cracks on the helmet are really nice, really awesome printing. On the backside there are a couple more of these golden cracks, and once again these red bandages wrapped around the figure itself. This looks really awesome, I really like the printing here. Underneath the helmet you get the same zombified head for these troopers, which I really like the printing and the details. And I also think here the without pupil or white pupil look for these heads works really well. I don't really like it on Maul or other figures, but on these zombies I think it's a great decision here. The rest of the 4 minifigures are these 2 Night Troopers, both of which have the same legs but different torsos and also different helmets. The most noticeable difference between both of these figures is of course the helmet, one of which has a grey and the other one has a white helmet. The printing on the helmet looks really nice, once again these golden cracks everywhere. Then there are on the torso some of these bandages which wrap around once again, and also some golden cracks. And then the legs, which are the same on both figures, with these bandages on the right leg, or on his left leg, depends on which perspective you want to look at, and the golden cracks. And there's also a small golden crack on the hip, which is not that much, but still a nice detail. On the backside of the figure there are some more golden cracks, but no more detail on the grey helmet. Underneath the helmet there's once again this zombified head, which the other troopers have as well, so nothing special, but still once again a really nice print. Then there's also the White Night Trooper, which also has some golden cracks on the helmet, which, what is really cool, not the same golden cracks, so it's not in the same spot as the grey one, so they could have just used the same print here, but no, they changed the golden cracks, which I really appreciate. Then there's also once again some bandages on the torso. This time the 2 bandages are more separated to make it look different, and 1 golden crack. And as I said, the legs is just the same printing, and the golden crack on the hip is of course also the same printing. Also this trooper has the zombified head underneath the helmet, which is the same, so all 4 minifigures have the same head. Overall I have to say I really like the minifigure selection for this battle pack. I think the printing on all 4 figures is excellent. I really like the selection of 2 Death Troopers and 2 Night Troopers, which is awesome. That the Night Troopers are so different is also really nice, and just the detail on these figures is amazing. I also really like that once again they chose to use normal blasters and not the stud shooters, which is now the norm, but I still appreciate it, as the years where we got these stud shooters was really not the best time. And overall a really great minifigure selection and a great way to build your Death Trooper Night Trooper army. Now moving on from the figures to the actual build of this battle pack, you get this downsized or battle pack scaled version of the Imperial police gunship, I suppose. It's also very similar to the other Imperial dropship type vehicles in other battle packs that we've already got over the years, so I don't fully know what the in-universe vehicle is supposed to be, but I'm also not the biggest fan of this vehicle here. I think it doesn't look very good. Like, of course, the battle packs are more focused on the figures, and I don't display battle pack builds anyway, but I don't think this thing looks really good. You have this big windscreen piece on the front, which is in a really cool color, like this washed gray black type color, but it's mostly open from the sides, so it looks really weird. On the sides you have space to put some figures. The troopers can be transported with this vehicle, but only in a stand-up position and not in a seated position. You can see those tan plates in between there, which doesn't look really nice. And overall, this model looks really unfinished, I feel like. We get these thrusters on the back, which do their job, but it doesn't look really nice as well. As far as play features go on this model, you can of course put a figure in to pilot the whole ship. To do this, you have to remove the windshield piece, put the figure in, and then put the windshield piece back on. I think this is kind of lazy. There's no mechanism or anything. It's really only held on by these two studs on the top, which, yeah, it's just lazy in my opinion. You can also rotate these four top pieces of the model. I don't know if they are supposed to be kind of wings or other engine thrusters. I don't know what they really are. Maybe it's just design things. They are on ball joints, so you can rotate them pretty much any way you want and adjust them to the way you want to display this model. Then you can of course also fire the stud shooters. On my version this didn't really work at first, but this could be my issue because the stud wasn't really in there. Yeah, these stud shooters usually work pretty well, so they fire pretty much as you press them. It's a solid play feature, nothing majorly exciting, but it's solid. Then you can of course put the troopers on the side spots for them. There's one open spot left because one of the troopers has to pilot the ship, which is okay, I guess. If you get more figures, you can put them there, but yeah, it's not that cool looking. It's a battle pack build. It's not that special, but I feel like it's still a pretty lazy build. It doesn't look that cool. I'm not the biggest fan of this. And there are also these C-clips where you can store some weapons. Mostly you're gonna use this probably for the pilot, so he can pilot the ship and not has to hold his blaster. This is a nice addition, I think, but yeah, once again, it's not the greatest build in my opinion. So even though I criticize the build a lot because I'm just not the biggest fan of it, but once again, I'm not the biggest fan of battle pack builds in general, so this could be also personally biased. It's just my opinion, of course. I really like the battle pack overall. I think the figures are really cool for the relatively small price you have to pay for the set. I still think, 20 euros and now 23 bucks overall almost for a battle pack are quite much, but the figures themselves are really nice, as well as the printing on them is awesome. I really like the golden cracks and the red bandages and everything. There are some really cool minifigures, and I think it's a really nice way to build your army. One thing I still don't get is why LEGO didn't include a Captain Enoch with the duel on Peridia. There's still no commander for this whole army, and I don't know if this one Night Trooper on the duel on Peridia was really necessary. I don't know if we will ever get a Captain Enoch. As of right now, I don't think there will be many more sets on Season 1 of Ahsoka. Maybe for Season 2, I don't know, but it's still a little sad that there's no Captain Enoch. But now let me know down in the comments below what you think about this battle pack. Will you build your Night Trooper and Death Trooper army, or are you not the biggest fan of these troopers and will probably skip on the set? I think once again this is a neat little set. The build is not that great, the figures are awesome. And if you're new on this channel, leave a like and subscribe to support the channel. And until then, have a great day.